Here's an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure you use it in any program you want. I got it off castbullets.com. .org, excuse me. And it's available all over the internet. And you have to update. This is the price you're paying per pound of stuff, so you update it from time to time. I update it whenever I buy an alloy or some. And I'm going to cast some 158 grains for 38 special. And I want them relatively soft. And I'll water quench them just because I like cooling the bullets down like that. I don't need to, but that's before a quench, 10.5, so hardness wise they'll be plenty hard. I like it because I can play with these numbers if I'm trying to reach a goal, or if I'm, okay, 10, I try to get my 10 amount at least to 1.6, but 2 is where I like. A little arsenic, that's why I put the clip-on wheel weight in there to give me some arsenic. Antimony, I don't need a lot of antimony in this one, but so I've only got, on this one, I've got one linotype and I've got one clip-on wheel weights, 0.5 pounds of pewter. I got to go look exactly what those are. I got to go adjust that. They might be up or down. I don't remember what they are. I weighed them. And the rest of it's just going to be pure lead, which is the cheap stuff. I got about 70 cents a pound into it. I pay 50 cents a pound for the raw scrap, and then I figure I lose some when I know I lose some when I'm cleaning it up. Plus I burn propane and all that stuff. Anyways, what it does is it lets you play with these, looking for a hardness you're looking for. And if you're interested, if you give it the information how much your bullet weighs, it'll tell you how much a bullet's going to cost you a piece. So I'll have just under 3 cents a piece into this bullet. And if I cast every ounce of lead I put in there, I'll get 731. I always leave a little bit of lead in the pot, but there's some in there now. Anyways, it's just so you can look at it. I like it. And there's some links to where you can, I buy some of the stuff, the cast bullet thing. Actually, where I got the pewter, I clicked on their thing and looked around here. A guy had some pewter for sale, so I bought some. I bought 10 pounds of it for like $90. It sounds like a lot, but you don't use very much. So there's the first step. And before I even start thinking about casting, is I want to play around. What do I got? What am I going to do? Never been able to find any solder. Not that I melt down. I'll look at it. I gotta go check, see what the pewter weighs. Well, I happened to find me a 5 ouncer, which equals 0.31 pounds. I made a chart in there. So at 0.31 pounds, I got right to where I wanted to be, 2% tin. So that's what you play with. You got a goal you're looking for. I have written that 1.61 worked pretty good, but I like to get a little higher than that. Because that's a nice thing. There are some fields here where you can put yourself notes. Because I have a hell of a time, remember, like here. Where's it at? Here I couldn't remember what all that means. PB equals lead, SN 10, SB into. I couldn't even remember that. And when you're trying to buy the stuff or you're on the cast bullet, that's what they refer to it as. And by the time I figured out, somebody else would buy what I was looking for. So, and I still can't remember it. I got that CRS syndrome. So that's what I do. And I just save it and I have it. I tell you, if you haven't never been, I bet you if you're into casting, you've been there. But castbullets.org is just wonderful. It's a wonderful site. Oh my God, I think there's something wrong with me. Well, something else, because there's already a lot. I couldn't let this thing scratch the bottom of my nice table. I mounted a scrap piece of shelf board on it. I had 4 little feet I put on it. There's nailed in so they won't move. So it lets it move without worrying about scratching the surface. Dude, it's us. You're gonna make bullets here, Del. Why are you so worried about it? Because I'm turning into a freak or something. I don't know. But anyways, now I don't scratch up my nice countertop. It's just going too far, isn't it? I'm obsessed. So far, so good. Yeah, it's getting to the point where I'm going to flux pretty soon. All my lead's almost melted. I'm going to try this new pan. Not new, but see, nothing I new. Smaller pan, I'll be able to reach up in there easily. And once the fluxing and stuff's done, I'll be able to take this front one off. I usually use this pan, but I used to have a shelf under there, and it always was a pain in the butt. It's a lot harder to dump in there than the screws. Yes, I put the screws back in as I'm going. Always have, so far okay. Oh, I gotta find, oh, there's my thing. Had to find my little thingy. Someone gave me a new place to put scrap pretty soon. There's those little shelves I made out of just some scrap wood I had. A bunch of old shelves and turn on stuff. That's ice cold. I mean, sure, it'll take a little heat when the flame comes up when I flux it. It won't be long. But it's all metal. I didn't use any of that flexible. I know I've seen some guys use that flexible stuff, and I just, nah. And the flame ain't gonna be in there long, but I flux sometimes and I've got a big flame out. Sometimes it's just a lot of smoke. So you never know. Anyways, this will be my first session. My mold's heating up over there on the hot plate. I'll have to lube it, of course. About ready to go. Got my window open. Get my hillbilly window. Hey, I love hillbillies. What the heck? I know I gotta. There isn't any weather seal on this window at all. But when I built the thing, I did do 2x6s, so I'll be able to do something with it. I just haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. So for now, this insulation open works for me. I got some nice big giant pieces of styrofoam my daughter got for me. They're laying around her store. I'm thinking about, I got a piece of 3/4 inch plywood left. Scrap, I might build me a, I don't know if I want to build like a hinged window, because that'd take a lot of room. I might just build something I can lift in and out of there. We'll see. I haven't decided yet what I want to be when I grow up. These are probably the softest bullets, short of black powder, I've ever casted, so we'll see how they work. I'm pretty sure with powder coat and 38 special, they ain't exactly going to be hauling butt, right? I could actually shoot them suppressed. I got a suppressor for my Ruger Model 77. It's a bolt action 357. I can shoot them out of there. I had it, when I had my surgery, they wouldn't let me shoot for 6 weeks. That was the worst part of the surgery. They didn't want me jerking my gut around. If it leaks, it kills you, which could be a problem. So anyways, I took that into Williams and had them thread it for me. That way when I got out, I could shoot that. There's no recoil on it. If you put a 38 special in that rifle, there's no recoil. And there's also no sound with suppressor on it, so I didn't get yelled at by my wife for shooting early. What can I tell you? I just can't go that long without shooting something. More than 10. Got a few. And I emptied the pot, so they should be close to the 700, it said. We got a whole bunch of bullets. They've been drying overnight with the fan blowing on them. Oh, the battery finally died. Don't look too bad. There's some nasty ones there. There's one that's looking funky. Pull those out. All in all, they look, man, that pewter, just a little bit of tin makes all the difference. Kind of curious to see how hard they are. Fourth try. This one's in the vise. Let's see how it does better. Maybe it won't move. Okay, we're 1 after 4. Wow, it's still pretty damn hard. 92 and there's a chart, but I know that anything over 90 is pretty hard. How can it be that hard? I just don't get that. I'm gonna try a different one. one mark after 4. You're going to come up and hit that, aren't you? You're zeroed, aren't you? Okay. $90. Damn, they're pretty hard. I did water quenching, but there wasn't that much wheel weight in here. I'm going to powder coat these, and I'm not going to quench them after that. So that should soften them down a bit. A little something I bought myself for Christmas last year. I just finally opened the box. Hope it'll work. Got some 38 special brass in there. It ain't overloaded for sure. Looks a little fragile, so I think I'll keep the box that came in and put it back in the box when I'm done, just to protect it. Right now I got lots of room, but that won't last. I'll be piling stuff on top of each one. And I think I know, figured out while I'm going to test it. I think I know why that lead come out so hard. I had combined all my lead, 90% of it. I've got some more over there in the shelves of foundry hard and really what I call exotic stuff. I got some 50% tin, 50% lead that I paid more than I want to admit for. I'm never using it, I just save it. Come on, glove, get your glove on here, Del. Yeah, I'll do a separate. Well, they've been cast. And now I'm working on powder coating. I decided to do some variety. Look at the ones I've done so far. Aren't they pretty? Thought I'd use a little bit of every powder I've got. I have not had real good luck with the black before, but again, that was when I was out there humidity. Humidity here isn't bad. For me, I'm in Michigan, and we get some humid weather. It was only 40% humidity when I did those, and it stuck just fine. Those are nice. I only have one black. I got this red. I don't have very much of it. I don't remember this working very good. We're going to give it a whirl today. Oh, you know what I picked up yesterday? My wife had me out there shopping. She didn't want to go out during the virus when I wear gloves. So I got FaceTime of showing her everything, and she's having me, oh, she wants this, and I was at Kroger. This is glass. Probably break it. But I had little plastic ones I replaced over and over again at the dollar store. Well, here's my last one. But you see how can you see the tape all over the bottom? Because they constantly crack. Not that I did anything to them, but just by the shaking and stuff. And so I seen that glass one. Yeah, it was $7, but hell, I've spent way more than that on these, and I have to keep replacing them after they finally are history. I end up with powder all over me. So I tried these. So far, this is working pretty good. It's a little heavy, but hey, you know, I need to work out. So we're going to try this red. I like to mix up my powder first before I use it, in case there's any clumping going on. Well, this takes a little bit. In the past, I've done every method I know of. I've done the large batches where you just drop them into a wire basket and cook them like that. And that's okay, but I guess I'm just I'm not in a big hurry. I have lots of time. I mean, I can't shoot as fast as I can load, so what the hell. I like my bullets to look pretty, so I pick up every single one and put them on the tray one at a time, just because, I guess. I like the way this lid clicks on there good. Shake, rattle, and roll. I'm so dizzy. See how it did. Peekaboo. Well, that's not bad. There's blotches on those, but usually it coats pretty good. I mean, there were lots of blotches on the black, but it worked. And then I take this and I take my little tweezers, roach clips, what do you want to call them. And one at a time, I place one very carefully, not touching. And this is some plastic or silicone stuff I got years ago off Amazon. You cut it up, and I mean, you use it forever, and they don't stick to you. You pop them right off. Now, if I was trying to make these really hard, and they're plenty hard already, I would water quench them. In fact, I want to, these batches I did, I let them just cool right in the oven. So I want to see if it softened them up a little bit. I'll hook up the deal and test them again for hardness. I just love the smooth of those powder coated bullets. They're just so nice. My problem I had years ago when I first started doing it is I'd get too much powder on them. And I watched Full Lead Taco. I watched some of his videos. He's a little bit of powder, because I used to use a lot of powder. And it was amazing. And so I tried that, and I had a lot less problems with chambering, and you didn't have to seat them back so far, because this part of the bullet, I don't know what the hell they call that part, right, doesn't touch, not supposed to be touching the rifling. Well, when it got fatter, it was, so it interfered with it going into the chamber, so to speak. So if you're having problems with getting these guys to chamber at the right overall length, try using less powder. You don't need it to be super thick. Like there, you can see where it's actually clear on there, but you feel it, you rub it with your fingernail, and it's as smooth as a baby's butt. And I've recovered these, they're fine. You know, they don't lead up the barrel, at least my barrels, at all. And I have shot thousands of them. This is what you do. Generally have the TV going or something. Because this will drive, like me, I'm very just on the edge of losing my mind. This will drive you over the edge real quick. But you know, it's cool. And then on these, when I'm not trying to, now see how the extra powder, that one was laying at the bottom, so I just tap it. And it just gets the extra powder off it. If they're not laying on the bottom, I don't have to do that. But like this one's laying on the bottom. See if you guys watch it. See a little bit of powder came off. I don't know if you guys could see it or not. You don't want too much powder. They might look prettier with lots and lots of powder, but they can give you some issues, because that doesn't touch the sizer, and it just creates a problem for you. For me anyway, it did. But I was putting it on really thick, you know, because I want them to look pretty. You know, I don't know why. Nobody really sees them but me and the gun. The gun don't care, it just spits them out. It's not like you're going to a show where you look at my bullets. We do post a lot of them on the internet though, don't we? Anyway, that's how I do it. There's a million different ways to do it. Elvis Ammo's got some really good stuff out there. He's got a procedure where you preheat the bullets. I'm not fast enough to do that. And again, he does a boatload at a time, and I don't. He told me once I had OCD because I do this. It is stupid. This is just, these are just going to be 38 specials. They're not. But, you know, anything worth doing is worth doing almost half-assed. So. It just takes a little time. Like, I spent probably, I don't know, 3 hours doing these last night. Okay? And I would guess that there's probably at least 400 there. And, I don't care. This is a hobby for me. It's not a job. So, you know, I would have gotten them all done, but my granddaughter called and she had to come up with some excuse so we could go buy something, because she just got her permit. So she wants to drive, which I don't blame her. They canceled the rest of her driver's. She had literally one class, and they let her get her permit, which, I mean, it's not for her. It's not dangerous, because she's been driving everything I own for years. I mean, hell, she drove forklifts and stuff. But I was like, okay, so we just take her out and let her drive. I wish it'd snow a little bit before the season's over. I'd like her to get a little experience on bad roads. And anyway, that works. We let her drive to her school yesterday. There was some people there. I don't know what they were doing, but there was some people there. Drove around the park lot. That way, when she finally does go back to school, if she does this year, she won't be, because there'll be a boatload of people there. This time she drove through where there wasn't a lot. See how that just gets a little bit off? I have issues with, And I see people have problems every now and then with they couldn't get it to coat. And I've had that problem where I've done everything the same and the stuff will not coat at all in a message. I don't know if my powder got contaminated, because see, I buy the containers every time, so they're sealed up. And, but I've had, like this blue, which is Eastwood powder, is great powder. I threw a pound of it away one day because I couldn't get the stuff to seal, nothing. That's back when I stored it in a bag. And I finally got a container and put it in. And I think it just got, I forgot it. I left it out in the outside part of the barn for probably 3 months. I think it got moisture in it. And I kid you, I mean, my little meters could be off. They're just ones I bought at Sam's. They're nothing special. But today it says it's 90% humidity out there because it's raining out there. Yeah, I got one of my tanks already full of water. I used rainwater yesterday to clean my brass. Wasn't that cool? I didn't have to haul water. It's nice I can start using my wet tumbler. I use dry tumblers in the wintertime. But now that I got this room, I could use a wet tumbler in the winter too. Because this I won't ever let this get below freezing. And they should be dry over there. They're my Lyman case thing. I'll take a little quick video, see how they turned out. Now I don't pop the primers on pistol stuff before I tumble it on. And I don't use pins either. I'll show you guys. The outsides of them are nice and clean and pretty. The inside's kind of dirty, which is exactly what I want. The inside of that case, if you talk to Dylan, they want, I was doing it when I first got the tumblers, you know, cleaning them all up. Everything was pretty. The pockets were pretty. Everything was sterile, Cheryl. It was wonderful. Inside and out. Problem was, with the Dylan press, it uses what's called a powder funnel. And I'm sure other presses have something like that. And it expands into the case. And then it drops the powder charge. Well, you pulled the handle down and stuck it up in there. And everything worked. But when you tried to pull the handle up, it would stick and it pop. And when it popped, particularly in 45 ACP, which is a really short case, throw powder all over hell. And it was, I mean, it was a big pop. It was like everything jerked. It's like, man, what the hell's going on? So I finally played with it for a while. I called Dylan up and said, what am I doing wrong? And the guy goes, are you wet tumbling your brass with pins? I said, well, yeah. He goes, you got to stop doing that. He goes, this press is designed to use the carbon on the inside of that fired brass as a lubricant. And I got to thinking what he said, because that makes sense, because I had some new brass I'd bought long time ago. I bought some 45 Colt Starline, still using it. I've already loaded it over 10 times, brass. And it did that the first time I used it because it was brand new. Of course, it was a tall enough case that it didn't pop the powder all over, so I I worked through it and lived with it. But that's why. So, I mean, I know everybody has this like ongoing thing on the internet. They got to have the cleanest brass out there, or their gun, it just won't shoot. But from what Dylan says, and then people have got a lot of experience and they know what the hell they're doing. The inside of that case you don't want sterile. So what I tried is I just run it through my tumbler brass thing for 3 hours, no pins. A lot easier to sift out, by the way. And it cleans the outside of that brass just as pretty as you can think of. I'll show you. Just as pretty as you can think of. Just as beautiful. Ah! Scary, wasn't it? Okay, what's wrong with that piece of brass? That's not good enough to shoot? I think it'll work just fine. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see. And there's some light here. Maybe I can shine some light down there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it isn't sterile inside. I mean, it's not filthy. It's cleaner than it was, but you can see some dark and stuff. There's stuff on, and they don't stick at all anymore. You know? See? Seems to have dried them good too. I set the timer for 3 hours and walked away. Look, it pulls 200 watts of power. I figured that out. It doesn't cost me much. When you get involved with solar, you always look at the power rating of everything and think, well, how much will that cost me to run? I like my Bozo hair. All the barbershops are closed, so Bozo the Clown is now on this channel. Looking pretty nasty, isn't it? What the hell? So anyways, that's it. I'll let you know how these red ones cook up and how they look. Goodbye. Let's see how these look. bad at all, is it? Green usually covers pretty good. I was going to try and color code them and just use these for subsonics, but yeah, I just like different colors. I tried mixing a bunch once, and all I ever got was just dark and ugly. It was just yuck. I have one little pile left there. That's what I'm going to do my clear coat in. And this is all the ones that I call my rejects. Along with the sprue. I don't know why I dropped the sprue in there. But it ain't bad figuring how many bullets I did. That's how many I rejected because the bottoms weren't good or I just didn't like them. So I've got all those. And plus, like I say, there's a boatload here. Not a lot. Then I'll do one more batch for the clear. But I have to go take my granddaughter driving. I have to go do something. Because she wants to get on the road. So I have to make excuses, not food, for us to go somewhere. So I have to go drop a change order off at one of our stores. You have to make an appointment now at the bank to get a change order and stuff. You can't just get one. You can't just walk in. They won't let you in. See, I think some of these companies are using this as an excuse to force everybody to all this automated stuff so they ain't got to pay employees. That's what I think. But see if I can dump these one-handed. What do you think? Probably make a mess. Hey, pretty good. There's one still hanging on, baby. He's hanging on with both feet. See, just push them off and they break free. Real easy. Yeah. There's all my greenies. I don't know why I keep getting different colors. You get bored of the same. First one I had that really looked good was that Ford Light Blue. Oh, and it's a great powder. It really is. There's nothing bad to say about it. It just gets boring using the same color. It's cool. You know what? That almost perfectly matches my Dillon press. It's like made for Dillon. Hey, it could be Christmas time. There's Christmas colors in there. So I got that many plus that little batch I'm going to do in clear. Good ones. And this is all I got. Bad ones, which I'll just recast them. They're no big deal. So that's not a bad. I mean, I'm too lazy to count them, but it's got to be less than 5%. It's got to be less than 5%. All right, I have to go. I'll be getting texted by my granddaughter real soon. You coming? In no hurry. Why am I in a hurry? I got to reset. The Dillon's set up right now for 44 meg. I haven't ran the Dillon in a while. I've been doing everything on rifle stuff on the single stage, so I'll have to convert it over to 38 special. Maybe clean it up a little bit. Been sitting there all dusty. I hope these are dry enough. Yep, I'll have to convert it over to small primer too, because it's set up for 44s, which is a large primer. Those are dry. The only thing it just seems like it's so flimsy. They're telling you could put 1,000 223 on it. I wouldn't want to load that up that heavy. You know? I don't know how many's there. I just grabbed whatever I had to think. I've got a whole ammo can of clean ones I've already made. They've been sitting there to load. I already have one ammo can with my old 38s, but God, they're still the original black I used. Wasn't that fancy wet stuff. It was just the plain Jane black. That was the stuff I was putting on really, really heavy to get it to work. Excuse me. This stuff's not put on heavy at all. It still looks nice. Not a bad looking bullet. My favorite though is the clear. I haven't done that one yet. Glass clear. That makes the lead. You don't know it's coated. It's beautiful. I like the lead color. Another step from the lead to the range. I got all these sides. This Lee press, I bought it for resizing bullets. It's nice, but it takes some time to get it all tweaked just right. But once you get it tweaked, it runs pretty good. I got the NOE sizer deal in here. Here, let's pop that one through. Donk. And this just has a little bushing you change when you want to change the size. I'm sizing these to .357. But NOE makes this. It wasn't too bad. So you only have to buy one of these, and then you could just, these bushings are only 10 bucks a piece. Now I'm an idiot, but you knew that. I had to steal the plunger, this thing, out of my old Lee sizer because I forgot to order the damn plunger when I ordered the 357 from her. So well, I'll go put it in NOE's carts the next time I buy something from them. I don't know if this saves a lot of time or not because you got to put each bullet in one at a time into the tube. But sure is a lot easier to deal with than fighting with that thing on top. And it's just fun to play with. There's lots of videos on YouTube of how to do all these. A lot better guys than I have done, so I'm not gonna try and show you all the things to do. Just make sure you adjust it right, that's all. I had to play with this one because it was adjusted for 45 ACP was the first things I did on it. I got all different colors. I bought these from Inline Fabricator too. They bolt on. I love having that thing. I was dropping it in a bucket and they'd bounce so hard they'd bounce out of the damn bucket. And I found with mine, if I load this tube all the way up to the very tippy top, sometimes I get a jamming problem. I don't know why. I ain't gonna worry about it. I just don't load it that much. I've thought about it. I've seen some of these guys are using one of these that has 4 tubes and they just turn it. It's a Lee thing from a different press. I need to learn about those and see if I can get my hands on one. It goes pretty quick. I wonder if I can get you guys any closer. I like the sound effects, huh? I seen a video on Facebook. Some guy was using one of these and he had a bullet feeder up there, an automated one like you buy. I don't think my time's worth that much. Normally I just sit there watching the Idiot Box and doing this. I like it. I love being able to put this press right dead center. I had this one mounted on the 3rd press in my room at first, and it was just a pain. It was right in my way. Now I can put them right anywhere I want, just swap them in and out of that quick mount from Inline Fabrication. I even put my Lubicizer on a plate. I haven't used it since I've learned to powder coat. I probably won't, but it was rusting out in the other part of the barn. I want it to keep rusting. It's got a spot now, so it's not gonna rust. Who knows, man, someday I might want to go old school. God knows I got enough lube. I got a whole bunch of Molly lube and other stuff. But it makes the gun so dirty, and these things don't. These are, well, when you shoot reloads, at least when I shoot reloads, they're always a little dirtier than factory stuff, and I think it's the powder. But nothing like what cast with like Molly lube or something has on it, because it's almost like black powder sometimes. I was shooting a revolver, it is black. When I start out with a stainless steel revolver, I get done, it's black, my hands are black. And no, I don't normally wear gloves to shoot with, unless it's cold out. Put a little bit of motor oil, just a little bit of motor oil on those two, and it moves a lot smoother now. Figured everything needs a little lube. It works. And I got, heck, almost half of them done. I've only been working a little bit. I was doing it on the phone with a guy who called me. You know, I made some noise, but that's all right. He's a nice old guy who calls, talks to me. He's a person I do business with. I don't know. He's okay. I get to hear the same stories over and over, but you know, he wants to talk, I'll talk to him. I don't use that little bottle thing that came with it. This will let the bottle hook onto it, the NOE sizer holder, but that bottle didn't look like it'll hold squat. And it doesn't, these just work better. They're easier to get on and off. Boom, boom, you're in. I thought I'd use this last on this caliber, so I didn't try to reset it. So funny. And they got it here and it fling, and the bullet hit the wall over there. Shot the bullet back, just laying over there. Go pick it up. I was, oh yeah, I forgot to reset all this up. See, if you want to go crazy, you can go fast. I don't know why you're in a big hurry. You know. It's a pandemic. We need ammo quick. I already got some for 38 specials. I just want to try out this mold, see how it works. Try out my counter and all the stuff I built. It probably is a little quick. I know one thing, it's better because I used to put my finger on it. Every once in a while I get my finger bit, not paying attention. I don't get my finger bit with this. There's no biting zone. All different color bullets. You know, I'm OCD, I guess, because when I'm loading them, at least on a single stage press, I'll tend to put them in the containers and sort them out by color. I did that on the 350 ledge. I don't know why. My clear did not come out so good this time because there must still been just a little bit of green left in that shaker. I cleaned it out with a tissue, but I didn't get it wet or anything because I wanted to wait it to dry. And that little bit of green got into that clear, and so they're a real pale green color. I mean, they're coated and everything. They're not my. The one I love is that clear. You see the lead here. Can you see that? See that? Just a little tiny bit of green got on there. But I mean, it'll work fine. So I like this Lee press. I really do. I'll probably never use it for processing brass or anything. If I'm going to do a bunch of brass, I just sit it up on the 650, the Dillon 650. And it's got a case feeder and everything. It just rocks and rolls. I was thinking about, I probably ought to think about loading some 223. I'm down to one ammo can, and it's a little over half full. I don't shoot a lot of 223, play within the range. I gave my son-in-law my upper for my 223. I'll have to pick up another one when things calm down. Didn't really like the rail on. He traded his away, and he was crying because he didn't have one. Hey, you want mine? He didn't change the rail. This is tedious. Somebody will come up with a better way of this. I'm not going to buy a bullet feeder. I don't. My time is not that valuable. But it ain't bad. Really like how these bullets. How this mold came out. Those are so nice. Hope they shoot good. They should. My 45s mold like this shoots great. I haven't loaded anything in a Dillon in a while. I'll have to get it all set up. Wake it up. Gotta change the primer. It's set up for large, but that's easy. I cheated when I bought my Dillon. I just bought a whole extra primer thing. So I just unbolt that, pull it off, bolt another one on, boom, and change the part in the bottom. We're ready to go. I don't have to take that thing apart. Seems like a waste of time to me. Well, you get this thing tuned up, it works good. It took me probably 20 minutes playing around with a flashlight, getting that. But see, I forgot it was set up for 45 ACP, which is a longer bullet, you know, and so there was too much gap there. It's not the press's fault that the idiot running it can't remember what he used last. So what I'm going to do is leave my sizer in this thing, and that way it'll tell me, okay, what was the last thing I ran on it. Because that CRS syndrome is strong in my family. At least strong in me. Goodbye. Got me a tub of M&Ms. I guarantee you these will not melt in your hand. They may be, however, be a little tough to swallow. I'm going to try to see what the hardness is on these now that because I didn't quench them when I let them out of the casting, and I went 400 degrees for 20 minutes because I was almost trying to soften them up a little. Remember, Ray, it was 90 on my scale here. There's a scale that you can cross-reference it to give your hardness out of it. You can do this without screwing it up. Okay, right between 4 and 5. Well, we lost a little. It's at 90, 85, 87. So we lost a little. And I'm even going to load that one. That one looks fine. Got a little dot on it, but hey, it's pistol ammo. It's not super accurate. All right. Now I got to go convert the Dillon over and, quite frankly, clean up the mess that is around the Dillon. It's terrible. I don't know if the mess on my bench is worse or the mess on the floor. My dogs, I got 2 bull mastiffs. One's larger than the other one. My older one likes to grab her pillows and drag them around the floor. So she takes up as much of the floor as you let her. Yes, she does. Look at that. That's the baby. Looks like she's doing what? You're really relaxed, aren't you there, Daisy? What are you doing, Dan? Why'd you run like that? It's my nap time. See all these pillows? There's my Dillon. So I got to get to the Dillons. I had to move. But I can't blame them for all this junk. So I got to clean up my mess first before I can do anything. This is Daisy's fault. This is my knee brace, and I had to wear it. Somebody keeps wanting to eat it for some reason. Wonder who that could be. Wonder someone we know keeps chewing on the knee brace? What? She just looks at you like, what? Now that's a dog who's relaxed, okay? Any more relaxed than that, and I'd have to dig a hole for her. Yes, I'm putting this away. This is not for you. She just lays there for like hours. Why making fun of you, baby girl? Huh? I'm going to have the lights on, sorry. You are something. Look what I found underneath that pile of crap. It was a Dillon 650. Who'd have thought? Ha. Cleaned off my bench finally. Got my little bullets loading up. A new mold from NOE, the smooth. You think I could remember all these names, but I can't. Can't remember crap. The only complaint I got about, everybody's to complain about something, but NOE sends their molds in a nice box, a nice sticker on it, but who has room to store their molds like that? I store them so you can see the end, so I have to write it on the end. But HTC 358 154, and for me with my alloy, it comes out at 155 grains. That's that clear coat, isn't it? Even with a little green tint in there, it still looks nice, I think anyway. Then again, thinking is not my strong suit. Anyway, I've been cranking out a few. Got about 100 here. I want to shoot a few today, but I got to go to work and take care of some stuff first. Isn't that nice? You know the reason I switched to a 650 from a 550 years ago is because I get sidetracked sometimes, even without help, and God knows I get enough help. I had a 9mm, I still have it, a 9mm AR, and I double charged the case. So my granddaughter and I were shooting back and forth, and we took turns, and she was tired. She goes, "Here, empty the mag." I goes, "Oh, okay." And 3 shots into me shooting it, I hit my double charge case, because I'm using tight group, and you could triple or quadruple it with tight group. It doesn't take much powder. And it damaged, I fixed the gun, and it blew the back right off the damn piece of brass. Embedded 2 or 3 of them into my chin. My granddaughter pulled them out. She's crying, "Grandpa, I'm sorry." I said, "You didn't do anything wrong. I did this. I'm thank God you weren't shooting it. That's all." So I never loaded anything on a 550 Edward. Not that there's anything wrong with a 550. It's wrong with me. I got the 650 because with the 5th station, I had room for the powder check, which I run on all my pistol rounds. No, I'll never be able to use a bullet feeder, but I'll live without it. I'm not in a big hurry. But that's why I got it. And I love that powder check. In fact, I'll show you what now it doesn't measure it like millionth of a grain or something like that. What it does, it's looking for double charged or not charged or stuff like that. So I'm going to take this one case, and I'm sure other companies make it. I'm going to dump the powder out of it. So that would be a non-charged case, right? Now when I come up, if everything's working right, it should scream at me. Hey, it's like having a woman mounted on your breast. You're very sexist. Yeah, I guess I am. Oh, problem. Well, that's a problem. And it also does that if it's overcharged big time. So, I like it. It wasn't very expensive. It was 50, 60 bucks. It didn't come with the press. It was an extra thing. You know, it's worth it to me. And knock on wood, I've never had a problem since. You notice my case feeder doesn't run with it. Well, it's going to with this round. I built a circuit. Something doesn't feel right here. Don't force it. Figure out what's going on. It didn't pop the bad primer out of that one. No problem. You know, this is the second time I've had that happen. I bet you it's the same case. I'm going to set that over the side. Which means, not this one, but the next time it's going to come up and scream at us because there's nothing here in this station. So it's going to sense that it's just a little low on powder, you think. But now there's some powder charge. Senses it's happy. Okay, it's good. I love this press. I don't use it enough. I don't shoot enough handgun. And you can load so damn much stuff on it when you do load it that you load up a year's worth at a time. You know? And the last thing I loaded on was 44 mag. Loaded up a couple hundred of those. And another one. I don't know. Maybe the Dillon deal here, that's spring loaded. You actually hear it pop. And it shoots the primers down. This is an off-brand accessory I got off eBay. Hooks onto here. There's a nice metal part that hooks on. Runs a tube. It's kind of like what the Lee presses use. Just a tube running down into a can. In my case, a little plastic bottle. But I think it's wonderful. Because the cup they had on this stand, the standard cup, maybe 1 out of 10 primers gets flipped out on the floor. It's a pain in the ass, you know. You think somebody as smart as Dillon, they could figure out something, but they just don't. They've probably been doing it this way for so long, and they just don't want to change it. But you know what? Nothing's perfect. Didn't have one in there, so it's... Anyway, there's me loading up some bullets. Just about time to need some more primers in there. Primer alarm is going to scream at me in a minute. It's close. I hear that case feeder now it took off. It's going to load a few. When I first got my case feeder, I didn't buy a case feeder with a press because I was poor. And it was a lot of money, but it's worth it. I looked at that and I'm thinking, this thing's turning on and off with every case. I go, that's got to be terrible for the motor. You know? I even asked Dylan about it. Oh, it's made to take it. Oh, okay. There's the primer on. Did you hear how it feeds a whole bunch at once? I built a circuit that it's a timer circuit, and it runs every. I thought I loaded this up ahead. I do. It's heavy. Okay. I got a stick right here of 100 primers ready to go. There we go. 100 primers in. It runs for 45 seconds. Turns on the power to the case feeder, and then it stops for 45 seconds. It's tunable with variable resistors in there. That's all it is. I mean, I built it inside of a deep box, and it's just a circuit board. I think I bought plans off eBay or some crap. I had to get an old computer power supply for it. I like my granddaughter's shooting glasses. Hey, they work. She has regular ones, but that's the one she likes to wear. Because, I mean, it's not enough to shoot and hit your target. You got to look good while you're doing it, I guess. I don't know. The things that she's... What do you think of this? I'm going to change my name on my channel from Barn Dweller to Bozo the Clown. Because you can't get a haircut. Everything's closed. And I'm looking like Bozo the Clown here. But you see that light? The light serves no purpose other than let me know it's on. When the 45 seconds is up, it'll go off. And I shortened the cord that was on it, so it's not in the way. And if the circuit died, or if I wanted to use it, all I got to do is unplug this and plug it into a regular outlet, and then it'll run just like it did from the factory. But I still think that's a bad idea to have something turn on and off. That's the hardest time on a motor or electronics is on and off. To have it keep doing that over and over again for thousands and thousands of times just seems like a lot to me there. See, now it's off. But anyways, I like this press. I really do. I'm not putting this on. Oh, there we go. I'm not putting this on a inline fabrication quick mount because I have this thing mounted to this bench. Seriously, okay? It's not going anywhere. And I modified the bench to make it fit. There used to be a door here. I had to cut this out so it would do it. Because I wanted to be able to, back when my knee was killing me and stuff, I couldn't stand very long. I could run it standing up now, it wouldn't bother me, but it's already here. I don't know. Anybody out there in need of one of these? This is the original Dylan. It's an accessory. It doesn't come with a press, but it's a roller arm, which is nice. If you're running it from a standing position, it's not bad at all. This one's inline fabrication. It reaches forward. It works much better from a seated position. Hell, I've had this thing in my way now for 2 years. Anybody's interested in that, I'd give them a hell of a deal on it, or swap them some bullets or something, or old mold. Thought about playing around with a hollow point mold. I've never bought one yet. I don't know. I ain't paying the shipping for it, I tell you that. I hate paying shipping. Anyways, here we are. Here's my checker. A Smith & Wesson 38 Special. It's got the tightest cylinder. I got a nice 686, which is 357, but I wanted to check it in this. And it's a good thing I did, too, because this bullet wouldn't let me. It's a little fatter here than the other one was. The other one's like a cone shape, cone head. And it wouldn't seat all the way. It wouldn't go in the cylinder. It was hitting. So I had to change my overall length had been 1.475, and now it's 1.45. I know that's not a hell of a difference, but it's a little difference. And I had to increase the crimp just a tiny bit. I use factory crimp dies in all my pistol stuff. Just a tiny bit. And now it's fine. I mean, now I fit in there nice and easy, but, well, falls out. Thank you for making me a liar, but do you like that? It falls out. So I like it. Hopefully it shoots pretty decent. Probably should go shoot some of these. I made up 120 now, it says, so I probably should go shoot some of these, see how they do before I load up a million of them. Because this is a smooth bullet. It doesn't have any grease grooves in it. The other one had grease grooves, so I would think it would create a little bit more resistance in the barrel. But this isn't I'm nowhere near maximum. Why would you load a 38 special maximum? If you want that, load a 357, okay? Pretty. All right, that's me. Somebody asked me to do the whole thing, so I did. Okay, I do the whole thing, start to finish. So I guess that's the finish. We've reached the finish line. But if you're old fart and you're forgetful, I got to tell you, I'm sure other presses have their version of this, a powder check die, but after I had that happen, and it took me probably 3 months to go from 550 to this, to get the 650 in. Oh my God, it cost me so much money. Because the tool head for the 550 and the 650 are different, right? So I'd replace all the tool heads, and for every caliber I load, I have a separate tool heads, because and the dies stay right on it, so I don't have to screw with it. You just swap them in and out, boom, you're done. And I had to buy all the caliber conversions, which is the plate. And of course, that'd be different because it's got 5 stations. The 550's only got 4, right? Those are $100 and some bucks a piece. And I have got a few. Well, I don't know how many I got. Each one of the blue boxes is a caliber conversion kit, okay? I got a couple that I bought. You know, and I store my things up here. So I figure without the dies on the Dillon 650, it's about $150 per caliber to switch them. So I had to replace all those. But hey, I wasn't going to load it till I did. That's all there was to it. And then I had 2 550s. I had one set up for pistol, one set up for I had one set up for large primer, one set up for small primer. And so I sold one, traded the other. I gave one to my son-in-law, so I didn't have to load 223 anymore. He loads his own. And I traded the other one for a nice 357 single action gun that had some work done. I was smooth trigger and everything. And anyways, kept all my dies in them. But I did that years ago. But I like this 650. I know there's a 750 out now that has the priming system of the 550 on it, which I never liked, to be honest about. I had more trouble with that. I don't have much problem with the priming system on this 650. I really don't. Now, I don't, if you want to, what comes from the factory is you tear this apart and you swap out some parts. If you switch from, you've seen it, yeah, here, if you're switching from small to large primer. But you can buy this whole thing for about $100. Well, I just bought an extra one. I have one configured small, that's why it says SM, and I have one configured for large. And all it takes is 2 screws, pop that off. You got to get under there and swap out the plunger. It just takes a wrench, and you're switched. It's no big deal. I did not wish to keep tearing that little parts apart and all that every time. So, and most people do a lot with Dillon. That's what they end up with. I seen it. Some other guys, that's what he does. And well, that's a good idea. So, anyways, it was fun loading these up for a change. I still have a few more to load, but I want to shoot them for it. And I got to go do some stuff at work. I got to go change a couple locks. And we have some guy coming in at night, hiding in one of our stores. You know, people would work this hard getting a job. They do well. But they'll put all this effort and time and thought into stealing instead of putting time and thought and just being an honest person. I don't understand people. But he ain't getting in again, I tell you that. Goodbye. get the mud from the spray up from the steel. That's a big orange target, but I mean, I didn't do any load up with this. It's a load up. The bullet's a different shape. I could. But it's good enough for me to hit all my steel. They're shooting a little bit to the right, I figured out. So once I would aim just a little bit to the left, I was in a lot better shape. This bullseye is 2 inches. Oh, I was shooting my Ruger model 77. It's a 357. It feeds these better than it did the other ones. But there's about the bull. That's what I can see when I'm shooting. See how the curvature of the earth screws you just a little bit? And it's okay. I make it work. It's good enough for me. That was fun. I shot, I don't know, probably a third of the ones I loaded. These feed better. This nice round, it feeds better. That flat one, the one flat nose, I mean, this has a little bit of flat nose, but it used to jam up on me quite a bit in there. These ones, I had two that just paused for a second, but every single one of them fed. Hey, look at developing fast so I can load more. What the hell? All right, that's the end of it. From ingot to target, only my own word, nowhere near as good as the book. Here we are. If you're still watching this, you must be really bored and been locked in a long time, and you watch everything on Netflix worth watching, okay? You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Goodbye, everybody. Be safe and healthy.